prepared your soil and stored your sod in the shade until you're ready to use it. Now it's time to lay the sod. Today, we're going to talk about the details of laying rolls of sod. A few details to remember while you're laying the sod is to tightly butt the edges up against each other, stretch slightly, and avoid any gaps or overlaps. Make sure these ends butt up against each other tightly. When you're cutting in and around edges, be sure to get a clean cut. Jagged edges cause the sod to dry out more easily. We've laid the sod so that any touch-ups we have to do will be on the edges. Fill in those gaps with cleanly cut pieces. When you're laying sod, it's important to stagger it in a brick-like pattern for two reasons. The first is aesthetically. It looks better staggered than when four corners meet. The second is for water runoff. When it rains, if there's a seam running all the way down, the water will run all the way down. As you're going through and laying the sod, do your best to avoid overlaps by pulling out the other side until you can butt the edges up against each other. If you're laying sod on a slope, be sure to lay your sod perpendicular to the slope to prevent the sod from being washed away by water runoff. The last step before watering is to roll your sod. This is a sod roller. You can rent it at your local hardware store. What you do is you pass it across your lawn from east to west and north to south. It removes air pockets, smooths out imperfections, and helps the sod to soil contact. Don't forget your final step, watering in your new lawn. How do you know when you've watered enough? What you can do is pull back a piece of sod, feel the ground, and if it's wet, you've watered enough.